Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, continuously empowering others. I'm streaming this on Facebook and doing an awful job at it. So I'm also monitoring the Facebook chat, but I'm also recording this on my computer to upload it to YouTube later because there are these times, these moments of clarity that I have these inspirations and I feel like it's really going to help and benefit some folks in their quest to build their network marketing business. And I think this is one of those clarion calls and those clairvoyant times. And so I'm recording this and putting it on Facebook, on YouTube later. So listen, guys, I entitled the stream, Try Your Best Not to Circumvent the System. That's what the title of this live stream is, this Facebook live stream and this YouTube video. Try your best not to circumvent the system. And where this came from is I just got a call from a gentleman who just joined the business, and he made this statement. It was very, very flattering statement to me. And it's hard for me to shake that off because it feels good when you get accolades from your peers, right? And so I'll beat you to the punch on this, Dante. Okay, cool. So look, how you doing, Morgan? So look, I said, how you doing? And he says, fine. He says, man, I just finished watching several of your videos, and I'm so impressed by this, and I'm getting my VIP profit package today, and his sponsor's all excited, and he was excited to introduce him to me. And it's like, being a star or something, a pseudo star, a fake star. I'm a Facebook sensation, right? I'm a YouTube phenomenon, right? Whatever. But I was flattered by it. It felt good. It feels good to do something that you feel you're adding value to an industry, and people respond to you positively. And so you had to get that part through, it's like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. Because truly, I come out of my heart, out of my spirit, out of my soul when I get these live streams. I don't just all willy-nilly do a live stream. I have to really feel something in my spirit. And then I have to live it out. Like I have to have experienced it. I love what my mentor, Mr. Tybest, taught me. He says, a man or a woman, a person with an experience is never at the mercy of a person with a theory. And so I'm not theorizing my experience with Karatbars International, with network marketing. I've been in the industry since 1993. I know a lot about the industry, and I had 20 years of the industry with very little success. And then Karatbars came along, and I got some financial education and some mentorship from Ty Best to go along with all the experience I had. And so then it worked. It just worked. Everything came together in a cacophony of success, just spiraled out of control. It just kind of left the stratosphere. And today, man, life is beautiful. It's surreal. And for those of you that have heard people give testimonies, maybe you can feel my heart when I say networking is real. You can see all this gray hair on my head. You can see that I've lived some life, right? It hadn't been a bed of roses, I promise you. And so it is just truly a testament to a great company, great leadership from Mr. Tymas Valley Best, great team from our Wealth Builders Worldwide family, great product, which is physical gold, and just the right timing to hit the market. But you know what the other thing it is? It's a system. It's a system. And I named this stream, Try Your Best. I don't like to say don't, because it's like I'm telling you what to do. And in networking, great thing about it is there's no boss. But I encourage you, try your best not to circumvent the system. So then the most obvious question is, what is a system? Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That's an appropriate acronym. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Or that could be effort too. Either one, effort or energy. They're interchangeable. And the system was not just born. Systems are developed. And the reason why you should trust systems is because systems go through a rigorous vetting process. And typically it's the experience of a lot of people who found out what did and did not work. Now, before I get too deep into this, I don't want to lose this train of thought. What am I not saying? I am not saying you can't add things to the system, but you want to add things on top of the system, not get rid of the system and circumvent it altogether, go around the system and do something that's not included in the system. You want to use the system as your base, as your foundational principle. And then you can add all the other stuff to it. I've got some new business partners. They are fire online marketers, and they know how to use funnels and add and click ads and adware and autoresponders. They're good at that stuff. And one of my business partners, I want to call his name. He's so awesome. He was so transparent to say this to me, but I won't call his name. But here's what he said. What he said was better than who he is. He said, I'm building one side of my team with my funnel, and I'm building the other side with what you're teaching me with the system. He said, I want to see which one outproduces the other side. I love that. And here's something else he said. He said, I believe that your way is going to make more money than my way. He said, my way will bring in more people, but your way, I think, is going to have more quality. I said, well, why do you say that? He said, because you got that connection component that my automated system just doesn't have. And I was like, well, okay, that's interesting. I said, why don't you connect the two? And he did that. He actually made his funnels drive people back to a personal conversation, because the system has been tested and it has been tried. And it's a lot of other people's experience, fail and succeed, what works, what doesn't, what works, what doesn't. They take the works, put it in the system, the doesn't, and they take it out. I know that's not correct English, but they take the what doesn't work out and they keep all the what does work in. I believe that's what S.Y.S.T.E.M did when he did Karatbars International. He says, people don't like to sell, but selling is the best way to make money. How can I let them make money without the sales? How about I let them save for themselves and just refer others in an e-commerce model? That way they don't have to sell gold. They just save gold, refer others who save gold, and now they don't have to worry about selling. So he took the sales piece out. He said the other thing people don't like, they don't like a manual auto ship. I mean, I literally got a call from a guy today. He said, is there an auto ship? And I was like, well, no, there's not. He said, okay, I love that, because people hate auto ships. They hate to be forced to buy something. So S.Y.S.T.E.M said, well, you know, the product is gold. And if we educate people about the product, we don't have to force them to buy it. I mean, literally, it's common sense. If I teach you that today, look, in 1970, if you had $100,000 cash, that's good money. If you held it in a safe and took it out of your safe today, it would only be able to buy $16,000 in today's dollars of what it could have bought in 1970. In other words, it lost 83% of its buying power. Well, conversely, had you taken that $100,000 and just converted it into gold, since you were going to save it and hold it anyway, just put it in gold and hold it. Well, here it is. Today, you would have taken that gold out of the same safe you had the cash in and exchanged it at a gold dealer, and you would get over $4 million. The same cash. You did the same thing with it. Put it in a vault. Instead of putting cash, put gold in the vault. Right? The person that held the cash has $16,000 of buying power. The person that held it in gold, $4 million worth of buying power. So that's all you need to know about gold. So S.Y.S.T.E.M says, I don't need to force them to do that. I just need to educate them. If I can teach them why we save gold, they're going to save gold. If you got a little bit of common sense and you listen, you're going to get that lesson pretty quick. I mean, if you guys are watching the stream right now and you never heard that before, let us be the first to share with you. Get back with one of these people on the stream right now and say, hey, I want to save some gold. If you don't do anything else I say, save some gold. Because 40 years later, look, President Roosevelt, I believe, said this. He said, the farther you look into the past, the farther you can see into the future. It's because history repeats itself. Whatever gold did in the past, look at its arc. It's a straight, if you draw a line from the low point to where it is now, it's a straight line. It's parabolic. So if you draw a line from where the dollar started to where it is now, it's straight down. It's parabolic down, right? So you want to be on this train or this train when it comes to growing your money. It's just that simple. So we don't have to force people to save gold. We don't have to sell gold. We don't have a monthly auto ship. It's free to join. You choose your business level. It's like Kevin Thompson told me one time. He said, Karatbars feels like a bunch of recovering networkers got in a room together and said, okay, we love networking, but we hate it too. How can we fix this industry? And they came up with Karatbars. That's how it feels, right? So when I get on these live streams and I pour out my heart, obviously it seems like I'm doing a good job because people respond to it and they sign up and they put $20,000 into the business, and that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. They say, man, I went full in. I cashed out my IRA, and I went full in because of something you said. I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm not a financial advisor, right? So that's pressure on one hand. But on the other hand, it brings me great pleasure that something that I've lived for the last 5 years, this amazing Karatbars life, that I can just say it on a Facebook live stream or a YouTube video, and somebody will stumble across it and say, that guy looks convincing. It's not that I'm a salesman. As a matter of fact, it's okay, I am a salesman, because you know what sales really is? Sales is a transference of belief. And when people look at me, I'm looking at you in your eyes on the stream. I'm looking right in my camera. And they can feel that I'm telling the truth. I don't even look like I'm trying to pull your chain. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this video right now. I'm not suggesting that you join my team. See, it's not about me. It's about a much bigger, much higher plane. This is Karatbars. And Karatbars is changing the world because it's educating people on the importance of saving in physical gold. So it's not even about me. I'm not going to put my link on this video. I want everybody to use it. But as much as I feel passionate about this, and I'm a real person, and a regular training video is not a real person, it's real people that produced a product so that you can learn about the company, I would still rather, here he goes, I would still rather you send the people the first video before you send them mine. Now, I know you watched one of my videos probably, and you connected with me. And you say, I like what that guy's saying. I'm going to send his videos to my prospects. And I get that. But here's the problem. I am not the system. The system is the system. I'm a guy that's employing the system. Now, as I said earlier, you can add on to the system. So once you send the actual system video out and they have questions, you say, I got a good video I want you to watch. Then you can send them a Mike Dalcoe video. That's fine. But don't circumvent the system for their initial introduction to the business. Now, there's a lot of reasons, man. I don't have the time to talk about it, but just a few. Here's a couple. You might connect with me, but they might not. They might not like my gray hair. They might not like my dark skin. They might not like my tone. They might not like my animated style of speaking. They might not like my dialect, my southern drawl. They might not like that, okay? They might not like what I was wearing a certain day. You can't make, the system cannot be a cult of personality. The system can't go home and go to bed at night. The system has got to be something that works for the greatest population, the greatest swath of the population, all right? Nothing's going to please everybody all the time. I mean, there have been times I've said something in my exuberance that turned people off. So you don't want to risk that. The system is vanilla. Here's the information. Welcome to Karatbars International. We're a company that was founded in 2011 by Mr. Harold Sykes. It's a simple outline and layout of the information presented in its most professional way that it can be presented. And then once the people like the initial introduction to the business, then we'll see, Grady, of course you like me, Grady, we're brothers, but look. But then after you've given them the initial information, then you can start layering over top of it extra things. A Mike Dalcoe video, a Thai Best Freedom call, a power call. Don't bring your prospect to a power call And that's his first introduction to the company. Why? Because they get on the call, hey, this is Mike Dalcoe from Atlanta. Oh, and they're like, this folk's crazy, right? That's not the system. The system is www.therealmoney.info or your Wealth Builders Capture page. Send them back. Let them see the compliant videos. Let them see Mr. Harold's sites. Let them see the structure of the organization. Let them see the corporate office. That's the system. And when you circumvent it, the second thing that goes wrong is you create chaos within your organization. You literally set in motion a culture that now gives everyone within your group the perception that, well, let me go pick the videos that I like. And now no one's doing a cohesive strategy. It's like McDonald's. It's a system. That's why it's one of the largest franchises in the world, and it can be run by teenagers because they don't get to choose how much ketchup they can put on the burger. They squeeze and it goes click. How do I know? Because I work there, right? They squeeze, it goes click, and that's it for the ketchup. One pull, and one pull of mustard. And it's pre-measured. So they don't get to pick and choose. The buns are already, you put the fries down in the fry machine, and it goes ding, that means take the fries out. So they don't get to choose how long, I want my fries cooked longer. No, when it dings, you got about 60 seconds or less to dump those fries out, shake a little salt, put it on there. Now, they do let them use their discretion on the salt, and that's why sometimes you go, and sometimes it's bland. But for the most part, they say, when they train you, they say shake 3 shakes of salt and put them in and put them under the heat lamp, and you're done. They got a certain amount of time the fries have to be sold, or they dump those fries out of the heat lamp and throw them away. They quality control everything. It's a system. It's no different with what we do here at Karatbars International Wealth Builders. Use your personality, use your charisma, use your big, beautiful smile and your 32 pearly whites or your 23. Use whatever God gave you, but let the system be your foundation. All right, this is Mike Dalcoe, the CEO, not criticizing you, not chastising you, just encouraging you that the system is the key and it will really save you stress, time, energy, and money. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next live stream.